Hello dear students, I am happy to see you again today. It's English lesson and our topic is the environment. We are going to learn about the environment we live in. What is the environment? Yes, let's first of all answer to this question. What is environment? Environment consists of air, water and land. It is everything we can see around us. The trees, plants, flowers, animals, birds, and even people. Environment is everything that we see around us. It is the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the land on which we walk and stay. It is very important to keep our environment clean because clean water and clean air are very important for our health. That's why we should keep our environment clean. But how to keep it clean? What should we do in order to protect our environment? To protect our environment means to protect ourselves, because if we are in a healthy environment, we will also be healthy. So the first thing we should do is to never throw waste and garbage on the ground. We should always put them in a dustbin. Second thing to do is to water the plants every day. You know, plants are very important for us. They provide us with oxygen, with fresh air. Also, we can get food from the plants. They are very healthy for us. So that's why always take care of the plants you see around you. There is one popular thing about protecting the environment. It is called R3. Do you know what it means? You have seen this sign everywhere, right? Do you know the meaning of it? I will explain to you today. So R3 talks about reusing, reducing and recycling. I will tell you more about them. First one is reduce. Reducing means becoming a smaller size. If we reduce something, we make it less and less. What can we reduce in order to protect our environment? For example, we can reduce throwing garbage. Yes, we can reduce our litter. When you walk on the beach, you can see people throwing trash and litter to the seaside, which is very harmful and bad for human beings and also bad for fish in the sea. So that's why we should reduce our waste. We should reduce the garbage, the trash. Then comes reuse. Reusing means to use something again in a different way. Sometimes there are items that we throw away and buy a new one. So instead of this, we can just keep them and use them again, maybe in a different way. This is called reusing. And the third one in the R is recycle. To make something new from the old one. There are some materials that can be melted and new items can be made from them. So recycling is this one. For example, people throw the paper to the trash bin, and then some organizations take those paper and recycle them and make new books, new newspaper, etc. This is called recycling. In your textbooks, there is one exercise for us. We need to match the words with the pictures. So let's look at picture 1. What do you see in picture 1? Do you see litter? No. Do you see metal? No. Plastic, cans, paper. So number 1 is A, paper, because we can see some paper here, some newspaper here. Picture 2, what can we see? These are called cans. The answer is D, cans. And number 3 is about litter. It's about litter. Litter means trash. We can see everywhere, so in the streets, on the beach, etc. These are called litter. So there, number 3. And number 4, there are some glass. We can see lots of bottles here which are made from glass. So these are glass. Number 5 is metal, B. And number 6 is C, plastic. Here you can see again and take notes in your copybooks and learn the names of these items. What do you think, dear students? Which of these items we can reuse or reduce or recycle? For example, let's take paper. What can we do with the paper? Should we reduce them? I think no. we can recycle the paper, or we can reuse them, Instead of throwing them away, we can use them for wrapping maybe some food, for wrapping some flowers. Have you seen flower buckets made of newspaper? They look awesome. So we can reuse them. Or about cans, again, we can reuse the cans, or because they have thin material, we can recycle them. Not we can give it to some organizations that will melt them and produce new products. And litter, what can we do with litter? We can reduce litter. As we talked before, we can reduce, make less litter in order to keep our environment clean. And now we have another exercise. We need to fill the gaps and decide whether to reduce this stuff, reuse, or recycle. Let's discuss together and fill in the gaps all together. A is newspapers. What to do with newspapers? Reduce, reuse, recycle. As I told you, we can reuse the newspapers or we can recycle them. I will put it here. Newspapers. The next one is litter. Litter is trash. So we should reduce litter. Remember, reduce means make less. Glass. What can we do with the glass? Glass, recycle. Cutting trees. What should we do with cutting trees? Is it a good idea to cut the trees? No, it is completely harmful for the environment. That's why we should reduce cutting trees. And bottles. What can we do with bottles? We can use them for some other purposes. Reuse bottles. And the last one, cans. Cans can be recycled. They can be melted and new products can be made with them. So I'm going to put it here. Sometimes it is possible that we have more than one answer in such kind of exercises because some items can be either reused or recycled. So it depends on your opinion. What do you think? Which would be better, to reuse them or to recycle them? That's why there can be different opinions in such exercises. And now I will give you your homework. So let's summarize what we learned today. We talked about the environment and we talked about reusing, reducing and recycling, which are necessary for protecting the environment. Please do exercises 6, 7 and 8 on page 116. This is the end of our lesson. I will see you next time. Bye bye.